Hello everyone, I'm Val and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to show you a bit of stuff specifically as singles, multichromes, shimmers, all the interesting things that I chose from the products that were sent to me by the Pastel Rose some time ago, and I tried to show everything without hiding anything. So these are the singles that are loose, these are the singles that are pressed. I will show you some of the juiciest ones that I think are from this bundle that was sent to me, and I hope you will enjoy this video. It's 7 makeup looks together and a couple just like this one. This one is also done with the Pastel Rose. So if you're curious to see what we have and what it's going to be about, let's begin and get back a few days from now. Let's start. Okay, so it's Sunday and I'm starting with some Pastel Roses. The Pastel Rose is a small indie British brand which has sent me these products. It's probably just for me that I'm mentioning it. And I want to match it a bit with the commercial, so to say, eyeshadow in mattes. I'm gonna use my MAC palettes just because the mattes are very soft, they are not very pigmented, it's easy to work with. That's why they're commercial, that's why they are, considered professional, but actually I would not call it professional, just commercial eyeshadow. And I'm starting with some frame that is very light, something in the rosy peach brown area, so that we are not overpowering the main shadow that I'm going to use. And I'm blending like 4 different eyeshadow to make the frame and to darken the outer edge. And with the silicone brush I'm gonna set my peach rose shade. It's slightly crumbly, maybe it's the formula like that. It applies to the silicone brush very nicely and it transfers to the eye also very nicely. As you can see, it's already like yellow in the inner corner, a peach in the center and green on the outer edge. This is actually very pretty. I'm impressed. And I'm really liking it. Tries to be foil, but kind of separates to this little sparkles. But overall, this is pretty good. I will do an eyeliner and come back with the full look already. So this is my final look. Please excuse my look because I have a huge bulb on my lip. It's herpes. Nothing to do with it. It's already bursted. I just have to deal with that until it clears itself up. But today we are taking a look at the Pastel Rose eyeshadow called Peach Rose. And I think it's fully in the name. I'm super impressed. I really love it. The downside that I see is actually that it gets into my little creases. I have tons of creases on my eyelids. So it's been, don't know, not so much, half an hour since I applied it. And it gets into these creases already. I think it might be a problem of the base, but it might be also not a problem of the base. Maybe the shade itself is a bit more crumbly, and I think it has a lot of binding agent in it, so it's slightly more wet, kind of. I don't know how to explain this texture, but that's what I can tell. So this is how it looks as a single. You can see this is the shift, the same on my eyes, becomes more green. You don't see some in the pan, but you see more on the eyes. It's a bit more flaky. It has a bit of a, I think it has a bit of a binding agent in it that is making it slightly jelly in texture. But overall, I'm really liking it, and the fact that it goes into the creases is not the biggest issue for me personally, because I can just wipe it and it's all good again. As far as you don't create like a very complicated looks, all you need is really just, you know, get with the finger in and you're good. This is not something really critical for me. In the complicated graphics looks, that's probably a bit more problem, but generally just with a little finger to get in, it's not a problem. And in general, I think this nude with something spicy is really good. I enjoy such looks. This is kind of good for everyday wear. It's sparkling gold if you have a straight light on you. Let me try to demonstrate. Probably I won't be able to demonstrate properly, but still. It's sparkling with gold. Yeah, I cannot demonstrate, I'm sorry. I need to learn how to do that better. The first one, I'm super happy. Actually, not the first one. The first one was in the previous video with Gloss Gods, where you can see the other one, Stardust Mirage. But this one is the first in this video, and I'm loving it. Honestly, this brown eyes and warm tones are just so good. And I think it's very sexy. To me, as for myself, I just like to look at myself, you know? And what else I have on my face? A bit of soft tan by Shiglam. A bit of NARS Zen as a blush. You almost don't see the blush because it's just a warm tone that gets into the skin. As a highlighter, I used Space Age in Solar Sailor because it's gold and beautiful. For the lips, I used Colourpop Lippy Pencil in BFF. I have a toad sitting on me in terms of finances. I want more, but I cannot allow myself to order it. I cannot explain that. It's just that I probably don't have enough money for the month, so I gotta keep using what I have rather than buying new it's all, it doesn't matter. I am loving this look. Not just liking, I am loving this look. This brown liner, these warm tones, this multichrome gold highlight. It's just so pretty. Everything is very pretty. And I'm into it fully. If you like this look as well, leave me a comment. And maybe you will take a look at everything and leave me a comment of what's gonna be your favorite. We have 5 more to go, not so much as in the previous video, so it should be enjoyable. And on this note, I will see you in the next one. So I'm going to use, this time, something grey, because we are taking something purple. I just love the combination of grey and purple. The shade I'm going to be using as the main right now is a duochrome called Peri. And it's a purple base with golden sparkles, and I think with green as well. And the grey base, the grey frame, will go here very nicely. Brown one also, because they just look good together, if you are into that. I'm gonna use a non-MAC eyeshadow palette. I'm just gonna use a couple of grays that I have and create this frame, slightly darkened, but mostly just, you know, nude, as I said. And from there, we will give our shade with a silicone brush. We will give our lid a shade with a silicone brush. And I'm gonna apply it, not strictly. I'm just gonna use the silicone brush for the general application, and then I'm taking the fluffier brush and adding up everywhere just to make it softer and have the sparkles everywhere. So I think that's a good one, and it looks very pretty. Yes, it's a green to gold with a purple base, and I'm into that. It's really, really cool, really interesting, and I will give it a black wing and come back after that. This is my final look. I'm very happy about it. Actually, except my little thing on the lip, I would have to deal with that for a few days. I'm sorry about that. Didn't mean to, but I think it's not that critical in this case. For the lips today, I used Shiglam Contour. This is a fine line 2-in-1 contour, and this is the shade Umber. This is how it looks on me. Good. Now I need a lipstick in this shade. Endless Cacao as usual pencil for the outline. I also have on my face some Kaleidos Pearl Bliss and some Dior highlighter, which is a Shimmer Rose. It's this one. I think it's very pretty. And yeah, the base Urban Decay in original actually seemed to hold a bit better than anti-age. At least I don't see anything crumbling, collecting right now. If you overdo it with your eyeshadow, then you will see that. But other than that, and look, it's green, like very green. I expected the shade to be more purple with gold, but it's turning green. So I decided to take green contact lenses as well. And I think they fit nicely. And the liner that I do lately is very, like, it's not going up. It's going like by more horizontal line. And I only attach it to the center. I don't elongate it more. And then I draw the little inner corner. For me, it looks wonderful, honestly. I'm pretty happy with this, and I'm pretty happy with the look in general. I think it's awesome, and the shade is very interesting, so you will get something that you do not expect. This is a downside, probably, but it's still beautiful, so this is also an upside. As my foundation today, I actually used a Tarte Creamy Shape Tape because it's best for dry skin. I have dry skin and I just used it all over, like 3 dots per cheek and good to go, nothing more. It's very, very nice. I'm enjoying it. I think it looks good. I think I look good. But I, to be honest, also more happy with me, with myself later, with how I look, how I feel mostly, because that is important. And we are going somewhere in the evening to like just have a dinner. And after that, I may try to either tell you how this one was wearing, or I will start a new one. Maybe both, maybe only one. We will see. On this note, I will leave you for some time and come back, hopefully in a few minutes for you. Is 1 second. Yeah, so I will hopefully come back in a second for you. Good Monday evening. Today I feel kind of okay. Maybe it's not a good Monday for some. For me it's okay Monday. Anyway, today I'm bringing you a beauty called Purple Magic. And Purple Magic is a multichrome. I just saw it posted in the Pastel Roses Instagram. And I said I'm gonna touch it today, so I'm touching it today. But first we will start with something from, not from MAC, not purple, but probably something neutral brown, like this Urban Decay Basics palette. I think it will look good with the purple. So I'm just starting with a Halo Eye, why not? I'm setting the shade Cover in the inner and outer corner, then I'm darkening it with the Undone and applying layer by layer basically until I'm happy with the result. And after that a bit of a shade Frisk just to blend things out. And that will be the frame for today. Nothing special, just a little frame. So I'm taking the shade Purple Magic on my silicone brush, and something very interesting is happening in this shade. I'm really curious to see all of the shifts. So I'm setting it in the center and then applying everywhere directly. So basically I'm trying not to skip any places where this shade can sit, and I'm not forgetting about the bottom lid, of course, because it has to be applied everywhere. It's very interesting to see how it looks on dark and on light together, and this is actually very pretty. I think I will add just a smoked out tiny wing, and that will be it for this shade. I will be back soon with the full look. So this is my final look. I find this eyeshadow actually very, very pretty. With a warmer brown, it probably will look better, but as is also great. I added freckles because I want to hide a couple of pimples, no other reason. And I'm just too lazy to do the hair coloring, but in fact I truly need it. It's time already. So I need to dye my roots, and yeah, that will be good to have. Probably in between these takes, I mean in between the first makeup, this one, and the other one that I plan to do today, yeah, will be something like dyeing roots. Will probably make sense. So this is the final look. I'm really happy with this wonderful sparkling shade. It has a lot of different little sparkles. It's in peach and in yellow and in green and in pink, and everything is very, very nice. Also, I have on my face a Go-Go Tales Fluorescence. This is a powder mist gradient blush in G05. It is indeed a gradient blush, and it's very pretty actually. I'm not using this much, but it's actually nice pink. As you can see on me, pinky peach something. And on the lips I also have Go-Go Tales. I don't know what this product is actually called, but it says G02. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you, Go-Go Tales too. So these are all I have. I don't actually have any highlighter, so this blush has some shine to it, I guess, and that's what you see here. Nothing else. But yeah, that's what I have right now. That's what I have today, and hopefully you enjoyed it and can tell something about this makeup. In between, I would probably go dye my hair. So wait for me and I will be back. Yes, I do it at home. No, I'm not a professional. Yes, it's risky. Yes, I know what I do. And on this note, see you in the next one. So I'm back. I actually did my hair. So I bleached my roots and my eyebrows and toned it a bit. And this is what I got. Actually, I'm pretty happy with that. I just decided not to tone my eyebrows themselves and to leave it as is. So we are going for a Zoisite. I'm not sure if that's how it's supposed to be pronounced, but that's what I got. and I'm gonna give it some purplish pink base in the commercial terms. So it's gonna be MAC Nude palette, pleasing to the eye, matte eyeshadow and sugar plum that I'm blending together into the full cut crease. And into this crease we will be setting our Zoisite. So I'm taking the shade Zoisite with a silicone brush as usual and applying it from the center. It's actually very strong base. Like the teal turquoise base is very strong in this one. And I'm not sure if I did the right choice with the plum pink. Should have been probably something purple. No, what am I talking about? It should have been something brown or green for better or worse. But it's okay. It's not as critical, to me at least, so we are fine. As I said, this is gonna be just a lot of nudes with attitude. So yeah, I'm gonna give it a wing, and after that I will come back to show you the full face. So this is my final look. I'm actually pretty happy how it turned out, but I would say it's not something very special. It has yellow to purple duochrome and a very strong base. So in some cases, in Gloss Gods for example, the turquoise base was not as strong. This one is pretty strong, so you have to be careful when applying so it's not so patchy, even though you can technically apply in a way that it's more transparent, but I kind of was just like boom, all in. This combination of colors actually remind me a lot on some of the Huda Beauty. I think it was either in the Mercury or in the Rose Quartz, something in this direction that I already did once. It was not as good as this one, but still. And yeah, Zoisite kind of, I won't say it's my favorite. It's just something like, yeah, you can consider it if you like teal with this, but overall, nothing special in my opinion. We have two more to take a look at, which will happen probably tomorrow. I hope so. For now, what else do I have on my face? Let's go through. LYS Humble. I love this blush. What can I say? How Many Carats? Fenty Beauty. Because you see, it's very nice. Limitless Brown Pencil by Makeup Forever and Bombshell by Huda Beauty. I actually used like the till here already. Look, I used some amount of it. Wow. I'm desperately waiting for sale in Sephora so I can grab more. Actually want to save a bit, but yeah, whatever. I just want more of these glosses. Even though I have others, I have stuff, doesn't matter. I want it. So, what do you think of my look? How do you overall find this video? Tell me in the comments below. And on this note, I think I will go sleep. Don't miss me for so short amount of time. I will be back very soon tomorrow. So, Tuesday, and today I actually have some new products and some old products on myself. The new product is actually a Melt Cosmetics Max Hold Clear Brow Gel, which I first time trying today. If my brows will be held up, that's awesome. This is amazing. And on the eyelids, instead of concealer, today I have Painterly Paint Pot. I want to notify you that it's good, but not for everybody, and it's technically just a cream eyeshadow. It allows me to have this kind of toned eyelids, but nothing more than that, so gotta be careful. I have dry skin. To me, it's probably okay to wear it like that. So I'm starting with Basics, Naked Basics by Urban Decay, taking the shade Cover onto the fluffy brush and bringing it into the crease just to have a bit of an outline, and into the outer corner I'm setting the shade Primal, and that will be pretty much it. I'm repeating the look I created before so that I can skip doing the photos again. Can you imagine how lazy I am? Anyway, that's what I got, and now let's set the shade into it. So I'm taking the Stardust Mirage. I already used this shade, but I think it's really pretty. So I'm just taking it onto the silicone brush, starting from the center and bringing it to the top and to the sides. It's a bit of a multichrome. I think it's really cute and nice looking, so that will be the look. All I really need is to put a wing to it. I think it will be brown wing, and that's all. Very simple and easy. I will be back when I get all the full look done, so I will be back soon. So that is the final look. I think I'm really happy about it. I tried to make it to take photos maybe or videos in the hard light but seems like I'm unable to right now at least. So I need something to change that. I need to see the parameters I used to have. I need to see how I did it before. Right now I'm not able to do anything, and the sparkles I'm showing are only with a little boy like this. This is a little handheld cube basically that I put onto the tripod so that I can maybe take a couple sparklies from this eyeshadow, but that's pretty much it. Doesn't look bad, but I need to improve my game. And I understood that on my eyes it's very hard to actually capture anything because it's so deep set. So when I'm looking straight, you don't see the moving lid pretty much and what's on it, and I have to do something like this, and I have to put the light in a specific way. Anyway, this is my personal struggle, I guess. What else do I have on my face? Balm Beach as a blush. I also don't find anything coming off or into the creases on the painterly, which is a good sign. I'm not sure if it's gonna hold properly, but and I have Bombshell by Huda on my lips together with Limited Brown and Solar Sailor highlighter. It's slightly yellow, as you can see. A very nice one. So overall, this is it. I am very much in love with this wonderful Stardust Mirage. I am loving it. It's very nice green to peach, and you can still see the changes of color even in this lighting. So that is it. I'm gonna do some other stuff for a while, and after that I will come back for another look, and then we will have one more probably, which I will use as an intro. Yep. So see you soon. So this is me again. I did all the same preparation steps as previous times. Melt cosmetics on the eyebrows. I think it holds pretty nicely, even my brows in this case. And I'm taking Naked Basics, going into the shade Frisk, blending it into the crease to give me a crease. And I'm also adding the shade Undone to the outer edge, just to have a bit of a color, you know? Nothing special, nothing big, just a bit of a color. And today we will be setting the shade called Aura, that is supposed to be holographic, but I'm kind of questioning it, so we will see. So I'm taking the shade Aura with the silicone brush. It's supposed to be holographic, but to be honest, I don't see anything holographic in it. I took a bit too much, but you cannot give it back, so we are just going in. And I'm setting it in the center and just applying to the edges as usual. I'm also taking a fluffier brush and going over, so it's not such a harsh line of this shade, and it can be blended a bit into the little sparkles all over. So it's like very nice. So yeah, it has a specific texture, but other than that, I don't honestly see anything holographic in it. I think I will add something, maybe like a gray wing. I'm not sure yet. I gotta see. And I will come back with the full face. So that is my final look. I am loving it. I used the same Huda Beauty Easy Blur. I think it looks good. On me I also have LYS in Humble. I just added a bit more contour, a bit more makeup in general, I would say. And I think it looks beautiful. On my lips I have Endless Cacao as usual and Echo Valley by Kaleidos as my lipstick. So it's they kind of match very nicely. And this shade on my lid is not holographic, in my opinion. Maybe you see something different, but I see just a very nice golden shimmer. It's not duochrome, it's not multichrome, it's not very sparkly either. It's just a very nice golden shimmer with somewhat white base. At least that's what I see in it. I don't know why it's called holographic on the shade itself. Yep. Oh, by the way, and the shade Smoke is my eyeliner today. It's grey. Very nice, very mindful. Overall, this look, I enjoy it very much. I think it looks really cool, and I'm just super happy that I did it. And I think also the lenses fit here, somewhat at least. The skin looks good, everything looks good. Fresh hair, how could I forget about that? And I think we will do one shimmer, probably, and one in such a form. I will probably set it onto the glitter glue, but we will see. And that will be it for this review. So 2 more tomorrow, and I will wrap this up because it's just time to wrap this up. Other than that, I I'm loving it. This shade is so pretty. Like nothing special, but so pretty. And on this note, I hope you enjoyed it as well. If you like this, give it a thumbs up or write something in a comment. I would really appreciate that. Like truly, I would appreciate that. And I will see you tomorrow. So it's Wednesday, my dudes, and 10:35 actually. I'm going to show you actually a loose pigment and how I work with that rather than the shimmers, because shimmers, especially pressed, are pretty much the same as anything that you saw before, but the loose pigment is a bit different. Loose pigment usually requires you to have some binding agent or a glue. So a Bond, a makeup mixer, a Fix Potion by Carla, a NYX glitter glue, any other glitter glue. It's all gonna work. So I'm taking a bit of a glitter glue, but first of course the frame. First I'm doing the frame in the neutral browns with Frisk and Undown, pretty much the same as the previous one, because neutral frame is kind of neutral and goes with everything. Just a bit darkening my eyelid and that's it. And after that I'm taking the NYX glitter glue. I'm just taking a bit to the palm of my hand and applying it with silicone brush. Usually when you use the regular brush it's not as good because the bristles are then harder to clean, because they can get stuck and stuff like that. But silicone brush is easy to clean, so I'm using that and recommend you too. I'm setting the glue in a specific pattern, so you are pretty much won't set anything outside of it. Then I'm taking my jar with the loose pigment. It has the same regular opening like any other jar I saw actually. And I'm taking just a bit into the cap so that I can use it, and then, you know, you can just close it upside down as well, store like that, but best is to use little by little instead of just going in full. You don't need as much as you think you need, so just a bit is enough already. And with the same silicone brush, I'm setting the pigment into the eye socket, onto the moving lid, and I think it looks absolutely magical. This multichrome is like, wow. I see 4 shifts right away, but I bet there is more. And the sparkliness of it is amazing. So I think I did a right choice here. I'm gonna add a bit of a liquid or just black eyeliner to this and come back with a full face already. So this is my final look, and I have to say this is absolutely beautiful. You can clearly see 4 shades which they are shifting to. On this eye more than the other eye, I'm not sure why exactly, but still. So you can see a bit of a yellow and green, probably you see green more. Then it has a bit of a blue, a bit of a pink, there's something in between them, and the peach. And peach goes back to yellow and green. I think it's amazing. It's 1.5 grams in this jar, and I think this is awesome. I'm very, very, very happy about it. So you can see the shift in the jar itself. You can see how it looks. It has a quite strong blue base actually. It's somewhat teal blue, but yeah. I also have the flaky pigments in such a format, but flaky pigments are very hard to work with. I'm gonna try it as a short probably, but I'm not gonna do a full video on that one. The work with them is pretty much the same as with this one. You apply it on the glue, but it's harder to work because it's flakes. That's the downside. But it's still going to look beautiful, and some people actually prefer that, so it has a right to exist. What else on my face today? Pat McGrath and Bridgerton Collection palette. Trio Love at First Blush. It looks like this. It's very pretty actually. I have all of them on my face. I mixed the blushes and I added the highlighter. But the luxurious feeling doesn't exist here because it's a cardboard box and it's a bit wonky. So you can see this thing. Yeah, it kind of feels... I bought it around 30 euros, I think. So for 30 euros, I think it's good because I feel like I'm paying for products and the outside packaging is just not it. I don't know, I'm just not a fan. And for the rest, I'm not that rich. I cannot buy the palette that is only on the big event, like I did with the Cold Moon. I bought it for my birthday. It was 93 euros. This is insane. I'm not going to repeat that in nearest time. I don't know. And I also have MAC Thanks It's MAC lipstick on me together with a chestnut liner. This is how it looks in the bullet. This is how it looks on me. So they are, I think chestnut probably played a role here, but I'm still happy I have this MAC, and I think I will go through the MAC lipsticks more because I have them, and I was just using a lot of Kaleidos and Huda that you can see right there. But I think it's time to change a bit. So the MAC is coming back to my life, and that's pretty much it. This is all I have on my face, except, well, additional freckles. But I also feel myself a bit like a Barbie because of the blue lenses, and I think it looks beautiful. Sparkles amazingly. This pigment is gorgeous. I'm loving it. I'm enjoying it, and I showed you how to work with it. I think that's good enough. For the other pieces, I still have a bit of shimmers and flake pigments. The swatches of them actually are available in shorts. I will try to link them if I won't forget about that. But shimmer, one of the shimmers I will use for the outro, which is going to come next. So I'm gonna be back soon and tell you everything I think about it. So this is my final look with what I decided to include into the review. I felt something rose gold, and I went into this shade. It's called Illuminate Me, and it does illuminate me. I'm very happy with the choice. I think this is very pretty for everyday nude makeups. It's just a bit more metallic on the look, but it has like little sparkles when you put the light straight onto it. So it's generally very nice shade, and it fits into these Naked Basics frames really nicely. Also the wings are brown. They are actually not black. I went with the lighter color. And what else I have on my face? It's a Dim Infusion by Hourglass, just a blush, slightly peach on me. MAC Double Gleam, a bit of gold on my cheeks to match. Not exactly, but yeah. The controversial Mischief MAC Locked Kiss ink. Why controversial? I've been doing some videos about that. The packaging is completely orange, but this shade is not exactly orange. And there is another shade, which is the complete opposite of that one. So I got really confused with them. I think I don't actually have anything else. Same Huda Beauty Vanilla Easy Blur. I think on camera it looks really good. In person it's not as interesting in terms of the... In some places it just sits wrong, you know? But on camera it looks good. So if you're filming something, if you are for the wedding day or something like that, you need photos, you need something in this direction. Yeah, it's a photo shoot, it's an event, something. Then I would recommend the Easy Blur foundation. For the regular daily makeup, probably not. Just because of how it sits, and you see yourself in person and not on photos, so it's a bit different occasion, different applicability. Yeah, getting back to the Pastel Roses. I have, so this one is 1.5 grams loose pigment. They have usually on their official websites both loose pigments and pressed pigments. If you are into pressed multichromes, for example, or pressed shimmers more, like I am, you can definitely get some in there. These are flaky pigments. I did not show them, but I do have a short video. Maybe I will be not lazy enough to link it, so it will be in the card linked or in the description. So flaky pigments are 0.2 grams, and they are very tricky to work with because they can get into your eye, flaking everywhere, and I'm not the biggest fan of these, so I left it out. But this one was amazing. I'm super impressed. Also, Pastel Roses actually has eyeshadow palettes like these. They are around 11-12 pounds, which means it's around 13 euros per palette. It's really good. Like, yes, it's just a plastic and you can maybe get it broken in the pan, but you can restore it by just pressing. So this is not a problem. With mattes, you press it as is into here. Sometimes you can add some binding agent, but I will not expand on this now. Their singles are coming in such little packages with this foam plastic something. So it's a protective cover for the actual refill, and it keeps it intact so it won't like explode all over. They are pretty good, not as hard to open as Auden's Eye, but still quite stiff, and I like the singles packaging. The 3 shades we did not check is actually Art Deco, which I'm not showing here. Then a Fairy Tale and Island. Fairy Tale is right in the center, and Island is this blue one on the side. Because I had the blue, I decided not to go for it for this review. You will probably see them in shorts separately. I would still film everything actually loving everything. So the shimmers, this one is very interesting, double something. There is a blue on green, I believe, sparkles in this one. The fairy tale is a bit simpler. I think I chose the most interesting rose gold one for now. And the shimmers are $5.99 in pounds, and I think they also contain around 1.8 grams of product. Yep, 1.8 grams of product is a lot, trust me. Because if you take a look at others, for example, I have mattes from Eye, which I opened not long ago. They are bigger, but they are 2 grams. So this big boy contains 2 grams per pan. These guys are smaller, 26 millimeter, a standard pen size, but they contain 1.8 grams. It's a lot, actually. It's impressive. And they have all the different varieties of multichromes and shimmers and loose pigments and pressed pigments. And I'm just blown away. I'm usually coming to the website and I'm seeing the huge amount of things and I don't know what to choose. So I'm really grateful that these were sent to me as a selection of things to try, and I'm like just super happy. The multichromes, both in loose and pressed form, are around 13 pounds, which is approximately 15 euros. You gotta be aware that the website is not covering tax for European Union, and we would have to pay it here on when you get it. So that's just how it is. And yes, it was a PR package and I also paid taxes here on it. But that's just how it turned out to be. It's okay. I actually don't mind. Majority of things I buy anyway, and as a small creator, I don't get a bunch of things sent to me, so I'm really appreciating any opportunity. I will definitely tell if I don't like something, but I'm still really appreciating, and I try to create the content in the way that I'm showing some stuff and I'm showing how it works. I'm not filtering anything, I'm not editing a lot, I'm just showing as it is. What I think about it is a separate topic, kind of, because makeup is subjective in general, but what you don't like maybe is a favorite thing of another person. So you gotta try for yourself in most cases and decide if you like it or not. But of course reviews do help to choose, because the application techniques can be similar, the overall tastes can be similar. You can see if it's like very sparkly or it's a multichrome that you see and stuff like that. So I think it's still helpful to find somebody's opinion, but it should not affect you like completely. The final decision is always yours, and this will always be yours. So if you are influenced easily for something, that's on you, not on the creator who did that to you. Anyway, I was really pleased to work with the shades. As I said, I'm a big fan of the pressed formulas. It's a bit harder for me to work with the loose formulas, and flaky pigments are my least favorite, unfortunately. I also don't like the gel formulas because they usually just dry out very quickly, and I don't want to pay for the stuff that will dry out really quickly. Maybe that's just me. Maybe that's how it is. The palette that I showed and the flaky pigments swatches are, as I said, available in my shorts, so you won't like be completely in the dark of what it is, as well as the other 3 also available. It's one short video with all the swatches, so you can have a look. And the other pigments that I did not try, the 3 ones, will be as a separate makeup tutorials or like showcases on my channel as well. I'm doing everything because I just feel obligated to do that. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this journey with me and showing you all the makeup looks that I've created with each shade. And if you have some favorites, I would appreciate if you tell me something in the comments, as I really like to read the comments. It's a rare occasion on my channel to have somebody write something, but I'm really happy when this happens. Honestly. Yeah, that was pretty much it. That's all I wanted really to say, and I'm enjoying this ride with the Pastel Roses singles and with you. I hope you enjoyed it as well, and next week we will have something very interesting. So subscribe to the channel, give the videos a thumbs up, write something in the comments, all that stuff that actually helps to YouTube algorithm to understand that this video is at least okay. More likely it's good. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one next week. Bye!